It all began in August 1977, in a quiet suburb of North London. In a modest council house on Green Street, something strange started happening. Furniture moved by itself, knocking sounds echoed through the walls, and the children living inside were terrified. What seemed like the imagination of two young girls would soon grow into one of the most well-documented and controversial paranormal cases in British history. This is the story of the Enfield Poltergeist, Britain's most haunted house. The house was home to single mother Peggy Hodgson and her 4 children, Margaret, Janet, Johnny, and Billy. It was Janet, just 11 years old at the time, who first reported the strange happenings. One night, her bed began to shake violently. Drawers opened on their own. The next evening, strange knocking sounds began, consistent, loud, and always seeming to respond when someone asked it to. Soon, objects were flying across the room, and heavy furniture slid across the floor with no one touching it. Neighbors, teachers, and even the local police witnessed it firsthand. The case quickly attracted media attention. Reporters, photographers, and curious onlookers surrounded the home, all hoping to witness something supernatural. And they did. A police constable who visited the house claimed she saw a chair slide across the floor by itself. A BBC crew recorded eerie knocking sounds, but the tape later mysteriously erased itself. Photographs captured Janet levitating in the air, though skeptics would later argue she was simply jumping from her bed. To investigate the case, the Society for Psychical Research sent 2 researchers, Maurice Grosse and Lyon Playfair. They spent months in the house documenting everything: noises, cold spots, and even Janet speaking in a deep, growling voice that didn't sound human. The voice claimed to be the ghost of a man named Bill Wilkins, who had died in the house years earlier. Shockingly, researchers were able to verify that a man by that name had lived and died in the house, just as the voice described. But this is where the case becomes controversial. Many accused Janet of faking the incidents for attention. Some reporters claimed to have seen her bending spoons and throwing objects when she thought no one was watching. Even Janet later admitted that she and her sister faked some events, but she insisted only about 2% of the incidents were made up. According to her, most of what happened in the house was completely real and out of their control. Despite the skepticism, Grosse and Playfair remained convinced that the haunting was real. They documented over 2,000 unexplained incidents, including disembodied voices, spontaneous fires, and sudden drops in temperature. Several independent witnesses, including journalists, photographers, and even skeptics, reported experiencing strange occurrences they couldn't explain. Some believe the activity centered around Janet because of her age and emotional state, suggesting it might have been a case of poltergeist energy triggered by a child's stress or trauma. Over the years, the story of the Enfield Poltergeist has inspired books, documentaries, and even Hollywood films. It was the basis for The Conjuring too, although the movie took dramatic liberties. What makes this case so compelling isn't just the alleged supernatural activity. It's the level of documentation, the number of witnesses, and the mix of both believers and skeptics who all walked away with more questions than answers. Today, the house on Green Street still stands. New families have come and gone, and none have reported anything unusual. But for those who lived through it, the memories remain vivid. Whether it was a genuine haunting, a desperate cry for attention, or something in between, the Enfield Poltergeist remains one of the most mysterious and debated paranormal cases in history. So, what do you believe? Was it real? Was Janet possessed? Or was it all just an elaborate trick that got out of hand? One thing's for sure: the story of the Enfield Poltergeist continues to haunt the world to this day.